When it comes to relationships, few things feel as devastating as betrayal. The moment you discover your partner has cheated, your entire sense of security shatters. Questions flood your mind. Was I not enough? Did they ever love me? What did I do wrong? Society often frames cheating in black and white. People assume it happens because someone is unhappy, greedy, or simply doesn't care. But the truth, as psychology shows us, is far more complex. The real reasons people cheat often have less to do with their partner and more to do with themselves. And surprisingly, many of these reasons aren't what you'd expect. Today, we're going to break down the real psychology behind infidelity, why people cheat, what's happening beneath the surface, and what it truly reveals about human behavior. Cheating isn't always about attraction. The most common assumption about cheating is that someone was tempted by someone better, someone prettier, richer, or more exciting. But research consistently shows that infidelity rarely happens simply because of physical attraction. Many people who cheat still find their partner attractive and still love them deeply. The real issue often lies in unmet psychological needs. According to Esther Perel, one of the world's leading relationship therapists, cheating isn't just about looking for another person, it's often about looking for another version of ourselves. When people feel stuck, unfulfilled, or disconnected from who they are in their current relationship, they sometimes seek an escape in the arms of another. It's less about who the affair partner is and more about what they represent: adventure, freedom, validation, or even a reminder of youth. This means infidelity doesn't necessarily reflect a failure in the betrayed partner. Instead, it reflects an internal conflict in the person who cheats. The psychology of novelty. Humans are wired to crave novelty. Our brains release dopamine, the feel-good chemical, when we experience something new and exciting. In the early stages of a relationship, this dopamine rush is constant. Every touch, every kiss, every shared secret feels electric. But over time, as routine sets in, that chemical high fades. For some people, this transition feels unbearable. Cheating becomes a way to reignite that spark of novelty. The secrecy, the forbidden thrill, the newness of another person, all of it floods the brain with dopamine again. This doesn't mean the cheater has stopped loving their partner. It means they've become addicted to the rush of something unfamiliar. In many cases, the affair isn't even about sex, it's about the excitement of rediscovering feelings they fear they've lost. Understanding this helps us see why even people in seemingly happy relationships cheat. It's not always about dissatisfaction, it's about the brain's hunger for stimulation. Emotional neglect versus emotional immaturity. Another major reason people cheat is tied to emotional needs. Relationships thrive when partners feel seen, heard, and valued. But when someone feels emotionally neglected, like their partner doesn't truly get them, they may seek that validation elsewhere. An affair partner becomes the person who listens, compliments, or pays attention in ways the primary partner no longer does. But here's the twist. Sometimes the problem isn't neglect, it's immaturity. Some people cheat not because their partner isn't meeting their needs, but because they never learned how to express those needs in the first place. Instead of communicating dissatisfaction, they escape responsibility by turning to someone else. Psychologists call this avoidant coping, running away from problems instead of confronting them. This is why infidelity doesn't always mean the betrayed partner failed. Often, it reveals that the person who cheated lacked the tools to manage conflict or communicate effectively. Cheating, in this case, isn't a solution. It's a symptom of deeper emotional immaturity. The role of opportunity. One of the most overlooked reasons people cheat is surprisingly simple: opportunity. Studies show that when people are placed in situations where cheating is easy and the risk of getting caught feels low, temptation rises dramatically. Travel for work, late-night parties, or even social media can all create opportunities that wouldn't exist otherwise. But opportunity alone doesn't guarantee cheating. What matters is how someone's self-control and values interact with those situations. Psychologists call this the dual control model of behavior. Temptation triggers desire, but self-regulation determines action. People with strong impulse control, clear values, and respect for their relationship are less likely to act on opportunity. Those who lack self-discipline, or who justify their actions with excuses, are far more vulnerable. So while opportunity is a factor, the deeper truth is this: cheating reveals more about someone's character and decision-making than about chance alone. Cheating as a form of self-sabotage. Another shocking truth about infidelity is that it's sometimes not about desire at all, it's about destruction. Some people cheat as a way of sabotaging their own happiness. Psychologists explain this through the lens of self-sabotage and fear of intimacy. For people with deep insecurities or trauma, true intimacy can feel terrifying. When things get too good in a relationship, they panic. Cheating becomes a subconscious way to destroy the very closeness they crave but can't handle. It's a paradox. They want love, but they also fear it. By cheating, they create distance, chaos, and emotional walls that keep them from feeling vulnerable. Sadly, this form of cheating often hurts both partners deeply, because the betrayed partner believes they weren't enough, when in reality the cheater was battling their own unresolved wounds. The myth of once a cheater, always a cheater. There's a popular saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. While it's true that some people develop patterns of infidelity, psychology shows it isn't always destiny. Some people cheat once because of specific circumstances, stress, crisis, or emotional disconnection, and deeply regret it. With therapy, accountability, and genuine effort, it's possible for couples to rebuild trust. But the difference lies in whether the person takes responsibility. Chronic cheaters often blame their partners, circumstances, or even the concept of monogamy itself. They repeat the cycle because they never examine their own behavior. But those who truly confront the reasons behind their choices often break the pattern. So while betrayal should never be minimized, it's important to recognize that not all infidelity carries the same meaning. Context, accountability, and willingness to change matter deeply. Social media and the new age of infidelity. In today's world, technology has transformed the landscape of cheating. Affairs no longer require hotel rooms or late-night sneaking around. They can begin with a simple message. Emotional affairs through texting, secret online chats, or even flirty Instagram exchanges are now some of the most common forms of betrayal. Psychologists point out that digital cheating can feel less real to the person doing it, but the emotional impact on their partner can be just as devastating. Emotional affairs often hurt more than physical ones, because they involve intimacy, secrecy, and emotional investment that should belong to the primary relationship. This new reality means we must redefine what counts as cheating. For many couples, the line is no longer just physical. It's about secrecy, betrayal of trust, and investment of energy outside the relationship. What cheating really says about us. So what does all of this tell us about the real reasons people cheat? At its core, infidelity reveals deep truths about human psychology. Cheating isn't just about desire, it's about needs, fears, and inner conflicts. For some, it's about craving novelty. For others, it's about seeking validation. For many, it's about running away from their own insecurities or sabotaging intimacy before it gets too real. The surprising reality is this: cheating often says more about the cheater's relationship with themselves than their relationship with their partner. It's less about whether the partner was enough and more about whether the cheater was willing or able to face their own flaws, communicate their needs, and respect their commitments. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more psychology-based discussions about love, relationships, and human behavior. Remember, understanding the mind is the first step to protecting the heart.